What it means when you receive some kind of notice or notification that your adjustment of status interview was canceled. Someone asked this the other day, and I figured some of y'all might get this notification where a couple things that might happen where you could receive an email saying it was canceled, or you receive a physical mail, or even a phone call saying your interview was canceled. Now, of course, normally we're very what do you call like risk adverse, scam adverse. So if they call you, if you get a call and they're talking about USCIS, like your interview, if they mention something specific like interview that was canceled and you knew, like the interview was scheduled, it's more likely to be true. And I get it, like it's kind of your main like this government call. Yes, actually the USCIS field office does call. Do they call everyone? No, absolutely not. But it's one of those rare situations where they might cancel your interview and there's just not enough time to like physically mail something, right? Because we can't rely on USPS all the time, unfortunately, especially in Houston. There's recent news about that with Congressman Al Green talking about our issues here in Houston. I don't know if that's going on in your area, but yeah, if you get that kind of notification, it's fairly normal. Does it happen for everyone? No. And you might think, well, why am I even scheduled in the first place? It could be maybe lack of evidence. But if that's the case, they likely would have sent you a request for evidence. Now, the other scenario where we got a notification was not by mail, not by phone, but it was by email. It was actually a courtesy email, meaning a courtesy request for evidence. Since it was not a normal, like formal, not normal, but formal request for evidence, that means there is no deadline, which could be for better or worse. If you have a team like ours, we know we're going to work fast. Okay. We're going to work fast. We're going to update you the same day that we get the notification. So this just happened to us about less than a week ago. So that's why I figured I'd share with you that, yeah, getting some kind of notification like that is not normal. I don't know if that's something that the field office would send to y'all. So share your experience. If you got some kind of email like that, what we'll try to do is we'll take a screenshot and just do like at least on YouTube or TikTok or any of these platforms. We'll share what the email looks like. Of course, we'll black out the client information, absolutely. But if anyone's wondering, this is out of the Orlando field office. But yeah, a couple other field office have done that. And don't think that's a bad thing. First of all, if you get an interview notice, it's not a bad thing. Don't worry. Well, you should be concerned in the sense that you need to be prepared. You shouldn't go in there not prepared at all. Okay. Some of y'all think that and it's like, it may work for some people, but for other people, yeah, for some, like I usually have a pretty fairly good prediction if a case is going to get scheduled for interview. And I hate to say this, but it's typically people of certain nationalities. I think it's okay to say certain colors, okay? Certain skin colors, unfortunately. It's pretty freaking ridiculous. But yeah, the US government does discriminate. The cops do racial profile, just human nature. So you just have to know that this is happening. And also, if I want to give the government, US government, a little bit benefit of doubt, there are some people from certain countries, nationalities that, if they hire like a notary type person or someone in the community, they tend to do certain things that don't give people from that certain country a good reputation. And there's also some documentation like birth certificate, marriage certificate, divorce certificate that's a bit like certain countries are just a little bit notorious on not having proper legal documentation.